From LA Late News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings, LA Late.
It's a big morning on Mornings LA and a huge day as two major corporate titans report earnings after the close today. Who are they? They are Ford. They are Meta, formerly Facebook. Jump in the live chat. Do you think Ford will be a beat, top and bottom, or a miss? And then, would you think Meta, formerly Facebook, will be a top and bottom beat or miss? And I'll go over the latest predictions with you in the big second half of today's recording. It's a day like none other, because yesterday we had the corporate earnings coming in from Microsoft and Alphabet, the parent company of YouTube. They were shocking, and the market is reacting to the news today as well. Big stimulus, and that big stimulus is being gotten by viewers as well. In the last 48 hours, one viewer joined this channel and now started first with a tablet on day one. By day two, got $20,000 for this channel. I'm going to show you how the big success stories are leading to viewers' hands and wallets. $20,000 of becoming a member in less than 30 days. Brand new tablet that can be you as well. Why? Because of FSCs, federal stimulus checks. And in this recording, we're going to go over these massive stimulus checks passed by the President of the United States and Congress in the month of March. They're huge, nearly $300,000. If viewers are walking away with hundreds of thousands of dollars, you can as well. It's coming up in today's Mornings LA live on air. Then we go to inflation relief stimulus checks. They're great, and they're from your state. I'll show you how to get them. They're coming up in today's big second half as well. Then lifetime stimulus, because once your benefits go up, they never go down, but no one's explaining to you that you're going to get not one, but four lifts. Four raises keeps up the big second half of today's recording as well. Plus, we'll be analyzing what happened with the announcement of Alphabet and Microsoft yesterday, what happened with Bowen minutes ago, and what happened with Heathrow Airport in London with its earnings decisions and the impact of the recession on its wallet as well. And we have the latest comments from the former head of TD Ameritrade minutes ago that talks about the recession and the Americans' bank accounts and their wallets. It's all really important. It's all your money. It's all your stimulus. It's all your deliciousness of Mornings LA. Live on air, the latest details start right here, right now, as a great morning's broadcast starts this very moment. Good morning, everybody, and congratulations to John Maloof, who started as a member on this channel in less than 30 days. He started first with a brand new tablet. He got it from this channel. He's watching the show on a tablet he got from becoming a member of this channel, and he also is now watching with $20,000 in his wallet. Incredible, but always happening on this channel. I'm going to show you how you, too, can get tens of thousands of dollars from becoming a member on this channel in this recording. But we start first with the breaking news on your money, and it's the corporate earnings. Third quarter corporate earnings are coming in from American major corporations, and the two that you want to watch are tonight in prime time on this channel, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. They are Meta, formerly Facebook, and Ford. Jump in the live chat right now. I'm going to ask you, do you think they're going to be a beat or a miss? A beat means they come in higher than expected, and a miss means they miss. Top is revenue, bottom is net income. So Ford, do you think Ford is going to be a beat or a miss? Comment your state, jump in the live chat. And Meta, what do you think it's going to be? Beat or miss? Comment your state. I'll go over your analysis in just a second and mine as well. But here's an indication of what they may be doing based upon what happened yesterday. Yesterday's broken prime time on this channel. Alphabet, the parent company of YouTube, report corporate earnings. Miss. Top. Miss, bottom, ouch. Stocks down dramatically. I'll go over that in just a second. Then Microsoft beat slightly top, beat slightly bottom, but downward guided for fourth quarter cloud, which is a very important part of its operations. This is one of the things I want to teach you today, is the downward guidance or the guidance for the fourth quarter, which we're in right now, is perhaps the most important element of all these corporate earnings that you and I need to look at. Why? Because we need to understand where this economy is going. You and I understand what's happening right now. You and I understand it's going to get worse. But we also don't know really what month. Is it really January? Is it February? Is it December? The former head of TD Ameritrade appeared on broadcast media this morning, and he said some Americans are not suffering a recession right now, but millions are. He said a lot of Americans are going paycheck to paycheck, and they're really hurting right now on this recession. And so the way you and I can get a sense of where this is going is the companies giving us guidance for the fourth quarter, which is what's happening right now all throughout December. That's what we're looking for. Here's how the day started. Here's how today started. Boeing, the airline, the plane manufacturer, reported third quarter earnings. Beat or miss? Do you think Boeing was a beat or miss? If you said miss, you got it right. It was a major miss. Missed $3.3 billion quarterly loss. Ouch. $3.3 billion quarterly loss reported minutes ago at the open of the markets on Wednesday, as his defense unit took a big hit to the company. Adjusted loss per share was 6.18 compared to a 7-cent loss, compared to 7 cents. And revenue, look at this number. Revenue, the street was looking for $17.76 billion of revenue. It came in at $15 billion. Wow, nearly a $2 billion miss on revenue. Why? Boeing reported nearly $3 billion of losses in its defense unit, which includes Air Force One, and had disclosed $1 billion of losses associated with the jets that service around Air Force One when it's in the air. The reaction for the news, Boeing CEO David Calhoun minutes ago. We're squarely focused on maturing these programs and mitigating the risks associated with them. I don't think he mitigated the risk very well because it reported nearly a $3.5 billion loss associated because that part of the business. Yesterday, Alphabet, the parent company of YouTube, recorded corporate earnings, third quarter, and they were a miss. Revenue, a miss. Bottom, earnings, not good. And the reaction to the news today is shocking. Where's the stock trading Alphabet right now? The stock is down 8% to start the market. Incredible. What happened? It showed its weakest period of growth since 2013. The third quarter was the slowest growth of Alphabet since 2013. Revenue slowed 6% down, and it showed a massive drop of ad spending. When it looked at YouTube revenue, analysts was expecting a 3% increase of YouTube revenue. I could have told them that's not true. It's not. YouTube revenue did not go up 3% in the third quarter. I would have told them it was basically. I would have probably told them it's down 1%. What did they say? What did it come in at? YouTube revenue is down 2% for the third quarter. So again, Wall Street analysts really don't have their eyes and ears on the pulse. This is why I teach you to give me guidance and help one another. One of the topics we've been talking on evening shows lately is, do you, and I want you to start focusing on this, do you see more or less people buying in the stores? And I want you to focus on this all this holiday season, because I'm going to go back over this narrative. Because if you see less, you're going to know the revenue, you're going to know the retail sales situation across the country before I can report it. Because I want to see what's happening from everything from the Macy's to a Dollar General. Tell me, less people buying or same amount, bigger ticket items or less ticket items. Microsoft, in addition to Alphabet, Microsoft reported corporate earnings yesterday. Beat on top, beat on bottom, slight beats, needless to say, but it was the downward guidance for cloud computer for fourth quarter that the Wall Street analysts were looking at. Of course, I was looking at as well. The stock down 8% just today alone. It's not particularly good. Microsoft beat expectations, but CEO Satya Nadella said that cyclical trends are affecting its businesses, and they expect a percentage decline of Windows revenue from through fiscal second quarter next year as well. What are the analysts saying? I agree with the analysts on this one. Goldman Sachs was not discouraged by the news and said buy. Then Morgan Stanley says they continue to have it as a major buy. Here is what the macroeconomics look like, that it does impact the bottom line, but they still think it is a position you need to get into. Heathrow Airport. The London-based beautiful airport where millions of Americans travel and international citizens travel in and out. It is now the number one busiest airport in Europe. What happened with Heathrow? Minutes ago, Heathrow reported its earnings, and wait till you see this one. Heathrow reported a 9-month loss of $500 million, $512 million. Why? It says its business has not come back to pre-pandemic levels. This is a shocker. I would not predict this one, but if you think that a lot of Heathrow traffic is business travel, they say it's really not back. How bad is it? How bad, what percentage down do you believe the Heathrow traffic is right now compared to, let's say, 2019? Jump on the live chat. It's down. It's a negative number. What percentage down since 2019? Let me read the quote for you, and then I'll give you the percentage. It's shocking. We can be proud that everyone pulled together to service consumers during the summer, but we're still not at full capacity just yet, CEO John Holland Kay minutes ago from Heathrow. So how much is Heathrow business down for travel through the Europe's business airport? It's down 25% compared to 2019. Folks, these are big, shocking numbers. And that's why you have to get a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. The graphic says it. That's why you have to get a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Why would you bet against it? And I start with John Maloof. John Maloof is a story like any other that happens all the time on this channel. He joined this channel, and in his first month, he listened and learned when I said my favorite stimulus item is Stimulus N. And then 2 days ago, on this show, live on air mornings, I was at Stimulus N, and I said at Stimulus N, you can get a brand new tablet, computer, or laptop, $100 from a participating provider. And he said, I got it. I said, what? He says, I'm in the live chat. I got it. Talk about me. I said, John, you got it? He says, yes, Mr. Maloof got it. He is watching this channel now on the tablet he got by becoming a member. Can you imagine the wonderful feeling that is for him, the wonderful feeling that is for you, and the wonderful feeling that is for me? He became a member for just a few dollars, and now he's watching the channel that helped get him a tablet with the tablet. It's just absolutely incredible. But it gets better, the story. He listened and learned, because in all the recordings I always say, get one stimulus package, get another. Get one stimulus item, get another. Keep on applying. I go through the worksheets. I say, pull out the worksheets, make a list of all the items you're applying for. He applied. And he applied for rent. And then 24 hours after he got the tablet, guess what he got? $20,000 of rent. $20,000 of stimulus to a person who just joined this channel less than 30 days. $20,000 to a person who just joined this channel for just a few dollars as a member, on top of a tablet he got the day before. That's how Purple Power is winning. Let's go over these incredible stimulus items right now. The first one is FSC, federal stimulus checks. These are from the president, from the United States Congress. They're federal, and they're incredible. In every U.S. state and every U.S. territory, nearly $300,000 of checks. I'm going to go over all these incredible checks in just a second. Then we have inflation relief stimulus checks, ISCs. They're from your state. They're huge. They're great. They're coming up in the big second half. Stay with me. It's coming up late in this recording. Then we go over to lifetime stimulus. You know your benefits are going up next year, but did anyone tell you you're getting 4 raises? Yeah, 4 raises. And I'm going to explain to you why and how it works in the big second half. But first, let's jump back into the breaking news that impacts your wallet and why you got to get that stimulus. Yes, that head of TD Ameritrade said that Americans are really starting to hurt right now. They're paycheck to paycheck, he said minutes ago. And while not everyone is feeling the pressure of a recession just yet, he says the vast majority are. That's why you really need to get this stimulus before the situation gets worse. Now, what are we looking for later today in prime time? I gotta tell you, it's a big day. It's a very, very important day. After the markets close, which is 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on the West Coast, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we have corporate earnings coming in from 2 major titans that exemplify the impact on your wallet. Number 1, Ford. Number 2, Meta, formerly Facebook. Ford is very important. Why? Ford will show us the impact of the Federal Reserve raising those rates potentially or potentially not. Why? Most Americans buy a car on a car loan, and that car loan is more expensive because the Federal Reserve raised rates. But the raise in the rates really came at the end of the third quarter, so you may not see a direct hit for its corporate earnings. Moreover, you're likely to see whether people are buying less bigger ticket items because of the downward draft of the recession starting in that third quarter. So what do you think Ford is going to be? Beat or miss? Jump in the live chat. Ford, beat or miss? Let me give you the data. Ford will report corporate earnings at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, so they're about an hour after the market closes. And the stock is trading at 12.80 a share currently. Currently. Let's see what happens later. See what happens after hours. And is expected to report earnings per share of 27 cents. Do you think Ford's going to be a beat or miss, top and bottom? I'm going to put it as sort of a mixed bag. I think it's going to be a beat and a miss. Maybe one's going to be a beat, one's going to be a miss. But the real thing I'm looking at for Ford, and I think you should as well, the guidance. The guidance for fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is not going to be good for Ford. You know that. Because that's when those higher interest rates from Jay Powell kicked in. And that's when people go to buy the Ford and they say, I can't afford this. What is this car loan payment? Oh, sir, that's because of the higher interest rates in the Federal Reserve. I'm not going to buy this car. Sorry. Nice to meet you. Thank you for the test drive. You walk out. I think that's the downward guidance is very, very critically important. Also, inflation has caused a lot of the component parts to go make the car more expensive overall, just the cash price of the car. Also reporting corporate earnings after the close is Meta, formerly Facebook. Now, this one's very important. Meta is very, very important. Why? A lot of different reasons. One, it shows spending by corporate America. Facebook's component part for earnings, of course, is ad revenue. And if corporations don't have that real discretionary income, they're not going to spend a lot of money on ad revenue. Number two, it shows consumer engagement. Is consumer engagement really up? Is consumer engagement down? I think this is a very important number, Meta, and I think of all the numbers we're seeing this week, this is the one that everyone is waiting on tooth and nail. Remember, Microsoft beat top and bottom, Alphabet missed on top and bottom, both tech companies as well. Meta reports at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. The expectation is a 189 per share third quarter. Let's see if they beat or miss. And that's why I had to get these four stimulus checks in every U.S. state. A very confusing economy, and you and I know where it is right now. You and I know it's going to get worse. But the question is what month. That's why those corporate earnings on Evenings LA tonight, you cannot miss that show because we need to see what's happening for those guidances into the fourth quarter. Now, that's why you want to get all these incredible stimulus checks. Let's pick up with the first three checks of FSCs. They start with the ones done by Joseph Biden, your president of the United States. Checks A, B, and C, passed by the president of the United States in the month of March. Viewers have been getting them ever since. Viewers have been whopping $100,000 into their wallet from these checks A, B, and C. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. How do you get it? I'm going to go over those checks in just a second. Then we're going to turn to the next checks, E through K. These were passed by Congress just a few weeks later. Viewers have gotten them ever since, and they're huge. Nearly 100 checks, bringing us to nearly 300 total checks for the Purple Power community of FSCs. Again, these are from the federal government, from the Congress, and for the President of the United States. The Purple Power membership is getting these checks. Along came more checks, L and M, N and O, P and Q, and they heat up the big second half. We're going to go over all those incredible checks in just a second. But let's start first with those first three checks, A, B, and C. How do you get them? You become a member. Let's jump into the first check, Check A, right now. Check A is a $6,500 to $12,000 for stimulus check in every U.S. state. Spelly got this incredible check. Congratulations, Spelly. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. How do you get it? You go under this video, you become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Parrot, Calcino VIP. What are you watching? This is LALATE, America's #3 most watched financial news channel in America. Launched in spring of 2020, it has become the most successful brand new financial news channel in the last 2 years to launch. Moreover, it's gotten viewers, and you have succeeded in getting $50 million in 2 years. Nearly every 40 hours, another 100 new members join this channel. You want to become a member right today because this is where the big money is. You need it because the recession is certainly underway. So go to this video, join the channel, and continue then in the membership newsletter down till you see check B. And check B, even more money. Let's jump at that incredible check B right now. Check B is $15,000 to $80,000. It's a 4 stimulus check in every U.S. state. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. Frank Mancuso joined this channel, and in less than 30 days, he got 18 months of mortgage, 18 months of utilities, and 18 months of high-speed internet. That's thousands of dollars, nearly $10,000 for just becoming a member on this channel. You're not going to stop there yet. You're going to go get check C. Go down the membership newsletter, you see check C. It's for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. In the membership newsletter, it tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it. Now, 2 things to remember. Check C in the membership newsletter has 12 places to reach out to, so make sure you reach out to all 12 places. And let's recap. Check B, the average viewer of this channel, is getting 18 months of 5 checks per month, the rent and utilities, or the mortgage and the utilities. Check C, same thing. The only difference is with check C, they have 12 places to reach out to for those 80 checks in the membership newsletter. The success stories for check C have been on this channel for a long time because viewers have been getting these incredible checks of check C on this channel for a long time. Do you want $30,000 of rent? Go get check C. Do you want these numbers for utilities? Go get check C. Mark's brother-in-law got $15,000. Snap. Same brother-in-law getting $250,000 over 10 years. Combinations. Niece is at $23,000. She went to $50,000. Mark was at $32,000. He went to $50,000, then to $100,000, then to $166,000. Lorraine, who's always in the morning show, live chat, she went from $105,000 to $155,000. The success stories keep on coming in. Len Glenn, longtime viewer of this channel, she got 14 months of utilities. Another viewer, 14 months of utilities. 2 viewers, 12 months of rent. Dragon, longtime triple member to all 3 channels, LA1, LA2, and LA3, she got $170,000. Johnny helped 20 neighbors and friends get $250,000. And those success stories can be your success story as well. Step 1, go into this video, subscribe. Step 2, go into this video, join the channel, hit that bell, and make sure all notifications are on, and then get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday. In the big second half, we're going to continue with these FSC checks. Then we're going to go over to those ISC checks and then over to lifetime stimulus. Plus, if we have enough time, I'll give you the state of stimulus and my predictions of what's coming up next with stimulus in the American landscape across the board. It's a big show and it's a morning's broadcast and we're just getting started. And I told you it's a huge day as Ford and Meta report after the close of the markets. If you didn't already vote in the live chat, tell me what you think they're going to do. Ford beat or miss, Meta beat or miss. I'll go back over your answers in the big second half. It's a big, bold, beautiful broadcast, and I'll be back with you in 60 seconds.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Daily for the excitement of the new LA live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LA at 9 a.m. Home LA returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late.
And the excitement continues right now from the shores of Santa Monica, California. If it's a beautiful morning, I'm excited you're here. A full chat room is underway. In this big second half, we're going to continue with those incredible stimulus with the ones done by Congress, E through K, Purple Power, you clean up. We're going to go over all those incredible checks right now. During the commercial break, Raw in the live chat said, where do I apply for all these checks? In the membership newsletter. In the membership newsletter. Every video notification on this channel, also right under it has a notification, has a link to a help-to video. It's a how-to video about how the newsletter works, so you can always open that how-to video and explains everything you need to know about how the newsletter works. Let's jump into the continuation of these FSC checks. Check E, great, $7,500. Wow. Check F, $4,000, huge. Check G, just incredible. It's a wonderful 30% off. Check H, which is $2,000. Checks I, $8,000. Check J, $8,000. And check K, $14,000. So this is what happened 3 days ago. I think it's 3 days ago. I was at Stimulus L and something was brewing in the live chat. Stimulus L, $100,000 of average of loan interest-free money, and M, $4,000 a grant. I turned the page and I got to Stimulus N and I said, I love Stimulus N. It was this show was live on mornings. I love Stimulus N is what I said. And I always still do. $100 towards a brand new tablet, computer, or laptop and free internet. Then I looked over to the live chat and there was John Maloof. I got it. He screamed, I got it. I got what? He says, I got the free tablet. I got the free tablet and I'm watching you on the tablet right now. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? He became a member, and in less than 30 days, for just a few dollars of becoming a member, he got that brand new tablet, and he's watching this channel on the tablet. It gets even better, because he listened, as I said, keep on bouncing, and he got $20,000 over the next few days of rent. And I said last night to him, you go now and get another check, and I'm sure he is. That's how you pounce Purple Power. $20,000 and a brand new tablet for just a few dollars of a membership in less than 30 days. That's how you do it. Stimulus O, 0 down payment, 0 closing costs, and 0 insurance and 0 credit check for a brand new first-time home purchase. And then we go to Stimulus P, 3% down, and Q, 8%, $8,000 of free money for you for a closing cost. Just incredible. So those are your FSCs. Let's recap. Number one, they're from the federal government, Congress, and the President of the United States. Your states have nothing to do with it. It's for every U.S. state and every U.S. territory. Number two, largest check, $100,000. Smallest check, $8,000. Fastest routing time, 2 days. Johnny started on Monday. By Wednesday, he had $45,000. What are the checks for? We got a check for everything practically. We got the home appliances like the refrigerator, the furnace. We got the home repairs. We have the rent, the utilities, the mortgage assistance, the computer, the tablet, the laptop, the free internet, the car. We have the Crayolas. No, we don't have Crayola stimulus yet. I'm working on it. We have the banana boats, zucchini banana boats. No, we don't have that either, but I'm working on that as well. Trying to get something for every person in the live chat right now. And there you go. That is FSCs. Now, you want to start with the FSCs because they're big checks, and you need big checks with this economy. But in addition to these FSCs, there are other checks. I'm going to turn to them right now. They are ISC, Inflation Relief Stimulus Checks. They're in the membership newsletter down at check D. Now, what are these? They're generally about $1,000, number one. Number two, direct deposit, otherwise in the mail from your state. You don't have to do anything. Most states don't talk about it, and it's in the state, and yet they don't even mention it exists. And you generally have to have a tax return on file. It's free to do it at irs.gov electronically. You go down the membership newsletter to check D like donut, click the link, and it opens a brand new page. And there it has the state, the amount of the check, and how to track it on their own state website across the board. And that brings us up to a lifetime stimulus, because once your benefits go up, they never go down. But no one is explaining to you this next part of the equation. This next part of the equation is great for everyone from SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans. And one of the veteran sons of the live chat. This is big news. Let's go over this big news and how it works starting right now. Imagine you are in a skyscraper with an elevator, and it's last year. Last year, the announcement was your benefits are going up 5.9%. So you went up to the first floor in that building at 5.9% last year. Then, on October 13th this year, they announced an 8.7% raise. You heard that. So that brought you from the second floor to the third floor. 5.9, 8.7. You're at the third floor. No one's explained to you what happens after this. Jay Powell has made very emphatically clear that there will be inflation the year after that. So that's going to bring you to the fourth floor. And there will be inflation the year after that. That will bring you to the fifth floor. Yes, you're going to have 4 raises bringing you all the way to the fifth floor while watching this channel, because even though you're getting an 8.7% raise next, there'll be 2 more raises after that. Moreover, by year 5, when you are at that highest floor, guess what's happening to the items you're buying? They're now in the basement. Jay Powell's going to get the price of goods down over those 4 years so that by year 5, this is what's going to happen. You'll have the biggest check you've ever had of your generation. And then when you go to spend the check on the milk and the eggs, they will be the cheapest you've ever seen of a generation. It's absolutely incredible. For the first time ever, you're going to have more money than the cost of living. And that's why this is great news. Moreover, if you're on Medicare Plan B, do not worry about that situation anymore. They changed it by Act of Congress over the summer. So Medicare Plan B will no longer consume the vast majority of your benefits anymore. There you go. And that, my friends, is lifetime stimulus. Now, let's go back into really what I'm watching for this afternoon and what I want you to be watching for with me in prime time at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. It is those 2 major corporate earnings. Ford, beat or miss, and Meta, beat or miss. Why are they so important? It's not so much the third quarter that I want to look at for you and I. It's the guidance for the fourth quarter we're in right now. You and I all agree that everything's going to get worse. But the question is when, what month, and what speed? Is it going to be slowly worse or dramatically speeding up? And that's what's really hard to gauge. The best data you and I can have is something like a Ford and a Meta. We're giving you downward guidance for fourth quarter after the close of the markets today, and explain to us how fast, how significantly, or how slowly that downward fall will be. This is very critical because we've not had a lot of data of this subject matter yet in the last 2 weeks. Over the last 2 weeks, we had the credit card companies come in and report massive numbers, of course, because more people putting money on credit, putting purchases on credit than ever before. American Express and Bank of America reported massive numbers, obviously. The banks also reported massive numbers as well for basically the same reasons. And travel and leisure, we all know that everyone's taking plane trips, hotels and airlines are straight up. So that doesn't really help you and I to gauge how to prepare for us and our money. What we want to see is that consumer staples. We want to see the type of products that you and I buy on a regular basis and see whether they're being sold less or sold more. We want to see companies like a John Deere or an O'Reilly Auto Parts. We want to see an auto parts or a home or a cleaning company, cleaning detergent company, or soap, or a food manufacturer like a Beyond Meat, something like that. We want something that is very, very indicative of how you and I live, because their guidance for fourth quarter, and we need a couple of them, will help us. Now, one thing brand new to Mornings I Like today, I debuted it on evenings, I think 2 nights ago, is I need you to be eyes and ears on a brand new subject, the stores. When you go to the stores, I don't care if it's Dollar General or Nordstrom's, I need you to be eyes and ears of what's going on for the foot traffic. I want you to see, is there more or less buyers in the store compared to, let's use pre-pandemic levels, because I know there would have been less people during the pandemic, but let's use 2019 levels. Less people, more people. What about the products? Discounted, not discounted. Shelves full, shelves empty. Why? Because we really need this retail insight. And we're not getting it from the corporate earnings yet. You can see this before I can. You can see this before Wall Street does. Are there more or less people in that Nordstrom's? And what are they buying? Big ticket items or very little items? Are the items discounted or are they not? Once you track that over the next few weeks on this channel with me as we go into those holiday sales, because this is very, very critical. It's a very confusing market and we need that guidance happening from you and I before we get it from Wall Street. Which brings us back to a new element on this channel, state of stimulus. What is the state of stimulus and where is it heading? And here's my insight starting right now. Midterm elections just a few days away, and I have not featured the dynamic of power in the Senate on this channel for a few months, so let's recap. The dynamic of power, Republicans versus Democrats, Senate, is such that if the Democrats ever want to pass something, they have to do it by reconciliation. A process that you see on this channel takes several months. It's not a particularly quick process. Now, if the Democrats lose a Senate seat, they can't do a recon anymore. If the Democrats lose 2 Senate seats, they're not even in control of the Senate. So what does that mean to the state of stimulus? Number one, does that mean there never will be any more stimulus? No. Does that mean the type of stimulus will be different? Let's do the analysis right now. It depends on when you found this channel and you found me, but let me explain where stimulus changed between the Trump and the Biden administration. Because a lot of people don't go over the details of this with you because you may have only heard one stimulus item but didn't hear about the other ones. The very, very first stimulus item was mostly for small business owners, independent contractors, painters, home carpenters, plumbers, Uber and Lyft drivers. That was the first stimulus package. Massive stimulus for those individuals. EIDL grant, EIDL loan, PPP grant loan that became a grant. Massive stimulus for small, independent, sole practitioners, but not a lot of money for other people. That was done by Republicans generally. Then, most people don't realize that between the first and what was going to be the second stimulus package, there was a lot of other firsts, like first and a half, first and third. And they were basically, again, business-like stimulus. So, obviously, if the Republicans take control of the Senate, you may see more business-like stimulus, which is good if that's you. If you're Uber, Lyft, painter, carpenter, a tutor, anyone that is independent solo practitioner or small business owner, absolutely, that would be great for you. Now, recon, no. I mean, if the Democrats lose control of the Senate, there will not be another recon for the Democrats, absolutely not. Number two, will you see anything sort of Bernie Sanders-ish? No. I mean, it would look ridiculous for anyone to make a recording about what Bernie or Liz Warren wants if the Democrats lose the Senate, because they would not be the guiding force. So ultimately, what's important to understand is things are going to modify potentially if the dynamic of power in the Senate modifies as well. But that doesn't mean it's the end of the stimulus. It's just going to be it's different types of stimulus. Finally, what's important to understand is the difference between us and that. Here, I have for you stimulus that exists. That's law, that people are getting. $20,000 for Mr. Malouf, $170,000 for Dragon. People are walking away with this stimulus today, this week, this month. We're not talking about something that may happen, sort of may happen in the future. It's happening right now. It's been around for a while. Elsewhere, some people like to talk about what may happen, what may occur. Let's be very frank, because this is you and I. No one out there is talking about another stimulus package. No Democrat, no Republican, no one's talking about another stimulus package. That's not to say they won't do stimulus items, as I covered on this channel, FSC. Clearly you see 300 different checks. They were not all part of the same package. They were individual checks done at different times. That's what's clearly still going to happen. And that's why it's so important to be here. Promise me this, you'll be on all the shows. You'll watch the recordings. You don't want to miss anything, because it's a confusing economy. It's a very confusing economy. Finally, what that head of TD Ameritrade, or former head of TD Ameritrade, said today was very important. Some Americans are not feeling the recession right now, but a lot are. A lot are paycheck to paycheck. Here is what's important to remember. You have predicted in the live chat that the real hurt for Americans from this economy will be felt in January of next year. If you're right, here's the tough love moment coming up. Are you ready? If you're right, you need to get the money today, this month. You do not, tough love moment coming here right now, you do not wait to January to get stimulus. You do not wait when your back is against the wall. You do not wait to get any of these items. Like that very nice person in the live chat, Ross, says, where do I apply for check A, B, and C? So again, open the membership newsletter, go right down and apply. You apply today. You don't wait 5 weeks. You don't wait 5 days. You do it today and you keep on applying like Maloof did. He got one, he applied for another. Finally, use that worksheets to help you. Remember, as a member, you get those incredible worksheets in the membership newsletter down around the third line. The second page of the worksheet is a wonderful table. This is all made by me for you to keep track of all your stimulus you're applying for. And I want you to apply for a lot, as much as you can. And here is that incredible table. Remember, 80 checks of check B, 80 checks of check C, withdrawal places to reach out to. And then you got all through E through K and L and M. Then you got the ISCs to track and your LSCs to take note of. I want you to get on top of this and do it right now. And you will be great. You'll be the next John Maloof success story. Coming up next is home. If you're watching this when it airs live, or holidays, I guess you say at 11 a.m. Then we have our afternoon show at 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock as well. And then a brand new Evenings LA show is 5 o'clock as well. It's a big day, and we'll have all the latest details with Meta and Ford after the close. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, thank you for joining me, and thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful morning, and stay with LA for more.